Hi there everybody, this is blizzasc2 and I am bringing you a Zerg versus Terran. This time at the bottom as the red Zerg we have Dimaga. So another Dimaga game. Over here on the right as the purple Terran we have Root QXC. QXC of course, an astonishingly good player. Really fun to watch, lots of neat ideas, lots of cool little micro moves. We've seen him take apart some really top Zergs lately, including Machine with some kind of innovative early rushes and bunker placements and those sorts of things. And these are close positions on Metalopolis. So in the last game, Dimaga playing Brad OK in exactly the same positions on this map. And we saw him struggle quite a bit, so we'll see if he comes up with something else, or just plays a little bit more solidly, but he's got his work cut out for him against a player like QXC, who is really not going to rest on the aggression in this kind of situation, because that's what you got to do as Terran. You got to just keep the pressure up, make it very hard for Zerg to move out of his natural or defend his bases elsewhere on the map, and just keep sending in units until he dies. That's basically what Terrans are going to do usually in this position. So we see that the scouting SCV is coming in. Dimaga might know the timing of this and deduce that QXC is up here, but at the moment he does not have any such information. Several drones coming down, interestingly enough, to chase away this SCV. I don't know if that was a mistake or if he just really wanted to get that hatchery down as soon as possible. Good idea to do so, because the earlier you get that hatchery down, the earlier you can get down your first spine crawler, and that spine crawler is very important in early defense. It's getting that spine crawler up is the thing that really lets you breathe easy as far as any two barracks play goes or anything like that, and that is exactly what we are seeing from QXC. Second barracks on the way, orbital command also being made. Another supply depot here, so we're going to see a lot of Marines. Meantime, Dimaga does... oh, excuse me, I'm looking at QXC's camera, not Dimaga's. Dimaga has gotten some vision of this with a scouting drone, so he does know what's coming. Bunker going up here, outside of Dimaga's vision, so unless he has a really good sense with these drones, and he does, it moves over here, should be able to take out the SCV building this bunker, and that will make this rush much more difficult for QXC. QXC continuing to rally Marines. Doesn't look like he's going to be planning for any kind of big SCV all-in, but a couple of drones chasing after those Marines. Does pick off one drone. Does force that bunker to cancel. This spine crawler is going down here. Another bunker, though. And the spine crawler is going to be out of range of that bunker, so he will have to move it to shoot at that. Zergling's out, continuing to fight with these drones. Only looks like 9 drones on the line here for Dimaga. Loses, I think that was another drone, so... QXC continuing to do economic damage here, but looks like Dimaga, oh man, really nice little backing up micro there from QXC, doing way more damage than you should usually expect to be able to do in this situation. All the Zerglings gone, and this spine crawler is moving up, although it is now taking damage from that bunker, so he is forced to pull it back just a bit. I believe that spine crawlers outrange bunkers and will be able to poke at this. Not sure about that. Zergling's coming around here. There we are. So, spine crawler is going to be able to poke at that bunker, but it's going to take a long time to go down because that SCV is repairing it. Zergling's moving in, though. Dimaga is just going to try to get this bunker down as fast as possible, absolutely at all costs. Does get it down, and now he can back up, and does try to pick off some more Marines, though. He can feel pretty safe for the moment right now. Might want to pull this spine crawler a little bit more into a forward position, but QXC's rush has been stopped. 2 more barracks, though, going up, so as well as this command center. So he's going to expand and continue to put on pressure. In the meantime, Dimaga making drones. Excellent choice. Getting that gas up. This gas is pretty late, but of course, all the tech for QXC is pretty late as well, though he did get both of his geysers at some point, just a little bit ago. So probably going to start teching up reasonably short order. I don't know if he's planning on spending this gas on stim or on a factory. From these tech labs, I would guess that he's going to go for the combat shield and stim upgrades for his Marines. Really put the hurt on. Dimaga starving for gas. Harvester count, we do see that Dimaga has managed to pull into the lead, which should be Zerg's goal in this stage of the game. Of course, there are mules down for QXC, so add about 3 to this number for QXC, making it pretty dead even right now. Baneling Nest going down for Dimaga. Smart move. He really doesn't know whether or not QXC is just massing up barracks, and of course QXC is massing up barracks. He's not going for the kind of crazy super marine all-in that he could be going for, but Dimaga does not know that, so he does need to get this Baneling Nest up just to make sure he can stay alive. Banelings so much more effective against Marines than Zerglings. Just their cost efficiency is so high. If you can just get up a few, that means that you can hold off quite a bit. Continuing to spread this creep up here. Very nice. It'll make it harder for the Terran to push up in this direction. Of course, pushing up over the high ground, still an option. Still on one base for QXC, rather, has had this second orbital command for a little while, but just now choosing to lift it and move it out, feeling confident in his Marine numbers that he will be able to hold on to this. Probably going to salvage this bunker any second and move out. Harvester count in QXC now leading. Only now is Dimaga aware of this expansion, so Zergling speed still not up yet, but will be up in a few moments. Lots of Banelings out though, so it looks like Dimaga been making a lot of units, not focusing too much on the Harvesters, might be planning some kind of bust. A little weird, not sure if I agree with what he's doing here, keeping his forces back, preparing to be attacked, but of course QXC not planning to attack extremely soon. Might move out, might be pushing out with this force. Okay, with Stim and Combat Shield, I guess, are both done at this point, so this could be a good time for him to push out. Of course, Dimaga's had these units sitting around for a little bit longer than he needed them, so that is going to hurt his economy, although he's making a bunch of drones, as well as some more Zerglings to defend. Still a bit in the economic... What's the opposite of lead? Oh, nice surround there. Zerglings pinching the Marines in, forcing the Banelings to connect. So, big loss there from QXC. This could be exactly what Dimaga needs to come back into this game. He might try running up here with these Banelings right now to try to kill some Harvesters. Of course, he's going to lose some Banelings in the process. Might be not the most cost-effective thing for Dimaga to do, but of course there's very little here from QXC to defend. So he's just going to go to town in this base. A couple of SCVs trying to repair. This bunker is going to stay alive, so really great hold on there by QXC. A lot of Terran players would have just been forced to lift this expansion and fall back a whole lot, but really held on there. A lot. Oh my god. That is a lot of Banelings being morphed right at this time. That is 19 Banelings that Dimaga just made, so the Baneling speed is on the way, but he is not going to wait for it. He's going to charge directly in with these Banelings. Might take out a lot of Harvesters, probably going to get this bunker. Marines on the ramp. The Banelings are going to move up, force them to pull back. In the meantime, the Zerglings are going to go to work in the SCVs. Few explosions killing a couple supply depots, including one that looked like it had been supply dropped. So, yeah, I didn't quite notice that was the case. More Banelings coming along for Dimaga, so really committing to this aggression, which is what is often called Keurig-style aggression. You get a good number of drones on 2 bases and just keep pounding your opponent with Banelings. Exactly what he's doing. A few too many hidden Marauders, but doing some decent damage there. More Zerglings hanging out here. Is he going to continue to make Banelings, or is he going to transition? No, it looks like he is going to just make a bunch of Zerglings and a bunch of Banelings. That's all that we have coming out for Dimaga. No more drones. Despite being in a Harvester deficit right now, he is just continuing to push and push, and I really only see this going one of 2 ways. Either he is going to kill QXC, which is looking increasingly less likely, or his economy is just going to get behind, and he's just going to slowly lose to larger and larger forces from QXC, though we see is expanding to this gold base. Really cool choice to expand to the far gold base. It's expanding to this gold base, of course, very risky because it's very close to your opponent. This base hard to defend because it's not that close to you, but it's also hard for the Terran to attack. Now another big attack coming in. A lot of banelings rolling in towards the mineral line. QXC needs to pull these SCVs away. Doesn't quite pull all of them away in time. A lot of banelings do manage to connect. Pretty good damage here from Dimaga, I have to say, using these baneling busts really well, taking out some more harvesters. Not sure whether he wants to pick up that one. Finally doesn't. This orbital command almost getting taken down on fire, but is going to get repaired by this lone SCV. Another bunker going up, so just keeps holding on. Probably has the game sense to feel that he was ahead in the harvester count, although that has just changed. I think I missed Dimaga making a big round of drones. So as of now, Dimaga is actually in the lead, in the harvester lead. So from this point on, QXC is going to have some trouble. A lot of these, let's see, he's probably going to transfer some drones over to this gold base. Yeah, so many SCVs have gotten taken out here for QXC that he's really in trouble, and he had better have something better than this to come out with against Dimaga if he expects to survive any longer in this game. Blue Flame Hellions out. Did miss that upgrade. Blue Flame upgrade. A lot of banelings coming in though, and these Blue Flame Hellions are getting some really good shots off from these Zerglings, on these banelings, excuse me. So those do manage to get taken out. Doing an okay job here, but he really needs something that banelings aren't so good against. Banelings just fine against Hellions. Obviously great against Marines. A lot more banelings. These Hellions are going to come in to try to harass Dimaga. But of course, that is not looking very possible at this point. QXC would just like more than anything for Dimaga to get delayed, put on the back foot a little bit so he can just stabilize, build up his worker count again, hopefully try to push out and secure another base soon, but it's really looking too tough for QXC right now. A lot of banelings rolling in, going to take out a lot of workers. Really nice baneling explosions here. Lots of Zerglings streaming into the base, and we have a GG from QXC. So Dimaga really showing us just how good he is and turning the tables on these close positions, usually thought of as being very bad for Zerg, but we see that Zerg can really take on a different stance, a really aggressive stance. Most Zergs play very passively going into the mid game, but Dimaga definitely did the opposite. He did this Kyrix-inspired heavy Zergling baneling play with a pretty sizable economy, and just battered down QXC and abused the wide open nature of this natural expansion to just prevent QXC from ever building up enough force to move out, and just whittled him down until he could take no more. So hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'm gonna keep doing more of these. Keep leaving comments. Well, leave some comments. Haven't gotten very many comments at this point. That's absolutely fine because I haven't really been advertising this yet. But if you feel the urge to tell me how I am doing, whether you liked my cast, whether you thought it was okay, whether you think well, I'm not going to say some of the bad things that people say to other people on the internet, but honestly, even you're new, go back to Warcraft kind of post would be fine, because it would at least be some information that I could take and use to make these casts better for the listeners, whoever it is that is currently watching them. So, again, I'm glad I could bring you this game. Hope you enjoyed it, and this is Moduli Stack saying bye now.